much anywhere that you're dating. When you find some people online, a lot of it is if you meet a stranger, go to a public place. We hear that time and time again. Also, tell friends and family your plans, where you're going, details about the person, and even what app you used. This one, though, is more crime-oriented. They say don't resist physically if you are being robbed. They say people who do that, they are more likely to be killed. And also, importantly, in pretty much all situations, trust your instincts. If something feels off, just get away. But with all of these advisories and warnings out there, it might be a good idea just to put that phone down, stop swiping.
Welcome to Male Reality Lessons, where topics are reviewed and discussed as iron sharpens iron. Greetings. On today's episode, we're going to talk about what's been popularized in the news concerning the passport bros and the use of dating apps. I can't honestly sit here and attribute what's happening in one particular country without using a little common sense and say that can happen anywhere. And to prove this point, I'm going to share with you some news reports regarding how you should conduct yourself regardless of where you are and where you go to. And the utilization of dating apps typically is not the best option to meet women in today's modern times.
Questioning a woman in connection with a dating app ambush. Riverdale officers trying to connect the dots after two different men say they were robbed after going to meet a same woman. Mara Sirianni has a story from Clayton County.
Riverdale police say the female person of interest would meet the victims on social sites and dating apps like Plenty of Fish and another app called Tagged. Riverdale police and the Clayton County Sheriff's Office tracking down Tatiana Green. Police say the 23-year-old was questioned after being picked up Friday on a probation violation. Her picture was shown to the two victims in a photo lineup. According to a police report, one victim told police he met with a woman at the Harmony Pines apartments last weekend after talking on Plenty of Fish. He says they went to dinner, and when they got back, two armed men ordered him out of the driver's seat and into the back. He told police they robbed him and beat him, then stole his car. In another case, a similar story. A police report shows a man says he was lured to the same apartment complex to meet a woman he met on the social networking app Tagged.
Before he even met her, he was approached by two males, and at least one of them was armed. They forced him to drive to the rear of the complex. Now, he got brave and grabbed the weapon and pushed it away from him and then jumped out of the truck and took off running.
Robbery and kidnapping charges are expected to be filed in the case soon.
Brad, Erica, they targeted the men of River North. They came here with vials of alcohol that were incredibly potent, a gun with a laser sight on it, and a vision to get rich quick. Tiana Trammell is a Milwaukee mother of one, pregnant with her second. Tawana Rainey is a single mom who works as a phlebotomist at this Milwaukee hospital, performing blood transfusions and drawing blood. But since the beginning of the year, the two were drawing in victims to a scheme prosecutors say landed them more than $85,000 in other people's money. The most recent case Saturday night. Investigators say they arranged to meet a man from a dating app at this River North bar. The man didn't know the vial of alcohol they plied him with would lead to an instant blackout. What the Milwaukee duo didn't know, a tracker had been placed on their Nissan. In this case, their getaway back to Wisconsin would stall. When their car didn't start, their arrest came just minutes later. But in past cases, prosecutors say they'd sometimes go back to a man's house and rob him. On another occasion, one was left at the Lake Forest Oasis, only to find his phone, jewelry, and wallet missing. Authorities say they have surveillance videos of Target and Walmart stores back in Wisconsin where they would rack up big bills on the credit cards of their victims, maxing out ATM transactions.
And when would you say that things got out of control?
Federal agents telling CBS 2 this sounds like a movie. Namely, the movie Hustlers with Jennifer Lopez, where wealthy men at nightclubs become the target of scheming groups of women. Just like the movie, these women are behind bars. As investigators say, others, part of the ring, are now
For Americans visiting Colombia. after a string of deaths in tourist hotspots. The U.S. Embassy in Bogota urging travelers not to use dating apps in the country, writing in a security alert that criminals are using the sites to lure victims, with many U.S. citizens drugged, robbed, and even killed by their Colombian dates. Embassy officials confirming the deaths of at least 8 Americans traveling in Medellin, possibly linked to the apps.
I'm out of words to describe. I don't even know how I feel right now.
A situation all too familiar for the family of 50-year-old Tujer Zhang, an artist and activist from Minnesota who we first reported on last month. He had been traveling in Colombia in December when he called his brother out of the blue asking for money.
This time he was like, hey, do you have a couple of thousand? I was like, yeah, no problem. When do you want it? He said, I want it now. I'm in this bit of a situation here. I go, oh, yeah, I can do that.
Zhang's family telling our Minneapolis affiliate soon after he stopped responding to their messages, he was found dead. A local prosecutor saying Zhang was kidnapped during a date and killed when he could not make the ransom payment, and that his body was found covered in stab wounds.
I was confused. To be honest with you, I don't know why, what the motive is.
Zhang had visited Colombia in the past, posting photos and videos to social media as recently as October with an unidentified woman.
With my girl.
The embassy's alert indicated officials do not believe all 8 of the deaths are linked and said they've seen an increase in reports of incidents involving the use of online dating applications to lure victims, typically foreigners, for robbery by force or using sedatives to drug and rob individuals. Often the reports coming from major Colombian cities like Medellin, Cartagena, and Bogota. Murders of foreign visitors went up by 29% in the latter part of 2023 compared to the previous year, according to the embassy, and most of the victims were U.S. citizens. It's a popular destination for Americans who are big contributors to Colombia's tourism industry, making up nearly 30% of foreign travelers in the first half of last year. But behind that beauty, tragedy, and unanswered questions for families like Zhang's, a case where no arrests have been announced, according to that local prosecutor. Loved ones are left to mourn from thousands of miles away.
So here's my takeaway from all of this, and this has little to do with the passport bros, although this particular country in question has some problems involving, just based off the economy alone, and the fact that it has an influx of tourism over the last couple of years. But more importantly, you need to be aware of your surroundings regardless of where you are, whether you're in a third world country or a first world country. All countries have problems, all countries have hoods, and all countries have criminals waiting to take advantage of your naivete. So let this be a warning, whether you're in some city in Mississippi, Bogota, Colombia, or London, England. If you're not on your P's and Q's, you're liable to get took. And in today's modern climate, a dating app is probably not your best option to meet people, whether you're a man meeting a woman or a woman meeting a man. Yet, I want to hear from you in the comment section. Tell me your opinion on this particular subject matter, as well as traveling abroad. I always say it's best to travel in groups, but you let me know your experiences in traveling to various foreign countries. Lastly, I'd like to thank you for watching. Please subscribe to Male Reality Lessons. And as always, have a good day.